Hey guys, it's PandoraWill here, and today I'm going to show you how to map a cube. And what I mean by this is to use a texture and have it look normal. Most images that you use for textures, the way it's initially set up is for a plane, not really a cube. So you can see if you were to go and add a texture of an image, say you have like a wood texture or a rock texture, and I encourage you to experiment with this if you want. Just add a material and then go to your texture, whatever it is, and add it and then render it. And you'll see that normally the top side will have the texture that you want, and it'll look exactly how it's generated in your little preview window. However, you'll see the sides are like stretched and streaked. And that's because the image isn't mapped to a cube, it's mapped to a flat surface. So what we're want to do is take these sides of our cube and unwrap them to make it a flat surface, so our image can be mapped to the cube to make it look decent and how it's supposed to. The reason I'm doing this is because one of my subscribers asked me to work on something for him that involves a wooden crate, and I haven't really had time to work on it at all, so I thought I'd maybe take the time to make this tutorial so him and anybody else that wants to make something that involves a cube and textures, make a tutorial on how to texture it properly. So I have my default scene in texture, or in Blender, I'm sorry, and I want to go from object mode into edit mode. And by default, vertex select mode is selected. I don't want that, I want edge select, so I'll click on that one. So my cube is highlighted. I'll just hit A once and that'll unhighlight it. And now I'm just going to right click on the edges I want to select, which would be this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. I'm selecting more than one edge at a time by holding shift when I'm right clicking on the edges. And to finish off, I need to select this one and this one. So you can see I kind of have a shape of a 2 on this back side and the shape of a 5 on this front side. Now with those selected, I'm going to hit spacebar and then type seam, S-E-A-M. And mark seam is the option that pops up, so I'm just going to hit enter. So now I've taken these edges and turned them into seams. So basically, if this were, I'm going to use an orange, the fruit in orange as an example. If this was an orange, I'm going to unpeel it at these particular spots. With these marked, I'm going to go up here, click on this, and drag it out to add another window. I don't need this toolbar, so I'm going to press T. That gets rid of the toolbar. Also, I don't want this to be in 3D object view. I want it to be in UV image editor, so I'm going to click that. And you'll see we have this grid over here, which is exactly what we want. Now back on this side, by the cube, I'm going to press A twice, just so the whole cube is highlighted orange. Now if you press U on your keyboard, the UV mapping toolbar pops up. We just want to click unwrap, and you can see over here this T shape appears. The reason why it's a T is how we marked our seams, like this. So yeah, I don't really need this window at all anymore. I'll just leave it, whatever. And now under this window, if I go to UVs and up to export UV layout, I can click a location. I have already done this a few times, so I just created a location and I saved it to it. And that'll export this T shape, which is going to be vital for our mapping of our cube. So just go to the location where you saved your shape. As you can see, mine are right here, and I've actually already added the wood textures. Okay, I'm just gonna open with paint. Wow, that is really zoomed in. So basically, when you open up your exported image, you'll have this T shape. It'll be identical to this one, and so it kind of gives you a layout of where you can add your images. In this case, I used wooden crates, so I went to Google and I typed in wood crate image, and I picked one that I liked, and then I just copied it and pasted it in Paint. Then I sized it to fit within each black square that was here from our exported file, and I added them up and just made sure to fill it in. And then once you do that, you can save it. And then once you save it, go back into Blender. You can get rid of this toolbar just by sliding it over, just like this. And now we want to add our image. So if you go over here, you'll want to make sure you have a texture or a material selected, and go into texture. Type, you'll want to go to image or movie, and go down to open under this image tab, and open the location of where you saved your crate. And you can see here's my crate that I made. If I hit render, it maps like this. Now this isn't right, but that's how it's going to show up, and it's not a problem. We just have to change a simple setting, and then we'll have what we're looking for. So under this textures tab still, if you slide down and go to image mapping, and below that it says mapping. Under this mapping, the coordinates are default. It says generated. We want to switch that to UV, so we're telling Blender that we want it to copy the layout that we had before with the T shape. So now if we hit on our render, you can see that our cube rendered properly. Just gonna move the light just to highlight this side too, and there's a cube. You can see I screwed up on this edge. I must not have had my wooden texture image properly in my the grid that we exported, but that's not an issue. This is just a quick rough sample, and then once you have it textured, it's really easy to resize it however you want. If you wanted a long skinny box, maybe like an ammo or weapon crate or something, got that, you can render it like that, and that's how easy it is to properly texture a cube. I hope this tutorial helps you guys out. If you have any questions, feel free to message me or comment on the video, and feel free to subscribe. The more subscribers I have, the more motivated I'll be to get videos out and try to help you guys out as much as I can. Thanks for watching.